All right, y'all. We back at it again. Episode 2. Let's try to get 10 likes on this next video right here. On this video right here. So
10 of them things.
10.
let's get it.
10.
So Brandon, bro, how you love life been doing, bro?
Hey man, I'm better now than I was, let's say, 2 months ago.
Love to hear
I
that.
got out of a little complicated thing, you know. Things were good, then we hit a little rough patch, but
Yeah.
thankfully I made my peace with it, you know, and I wish her the best because I know I'm better than what I was before. Things are looking up. Things are looking up. Let's just leave it at that.
That's
yeah,
real good. That's
things
real
are looking
good.
up, bro.
All right, man. I'm happy to hear that. Hey, man, you looking real clean today, bro.
Hey, bro.
Shout
out
Hey,
to Jungle
man.
Supply, bro.
Hey,
A&M,
man.
anybody in that Texas A&M area, go F with them, bro.
Hey, man, that's really
Hey,
clean,
man.
bro. Hey, like you said, bro.
But yeah, bro, I will say we are, like I said, better than what we were. I made my peace with it.
Right.
That's all you can do now. is
That's
just
really all you
make
can
a peace
do.
with it and move on.
Right.
You feel me?
Perfect. Dude, how about you?
Well, you a better man than me. You a better man than me, but man, honestly, I'm just chilling, man. Really and truly.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with chilling.
Yeah.
Just chilling. So what you mean you just chilling? You ain't talking to nobody? Like you ain't out there looking? Like you ain't been on the dating apps and whatnot?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Like why not?
Absolutely not.
I mean you famous on the
You
Twitter,
really
man. Like
famous
what's
on the
up,
Twitter,
man? Look, followers ain't with the DMs. Like what happened, bro?
Look, man. I just hate the talking stage.
Wow, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I do too, bro.
Been there,
I
done
just
that,
hate
man. That
that.
shit's wild, bro.
I hate that.
It's really
It's ridiculous.
stupid. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
stupid. There's no other word.
It's
bro.
ridiculous.
So how
Yeah.
you feel about it? So
I mean,
you
it
saying
just
it's awful and
it
whatnot.
seems like it's taken so much out of what dating actually should be and
That's
what
hard.
it really is.
That's all.
Okay.
And everyone just kind of seems to not care about that, and they're perfectly fine with that, and that's why people get into situationships
Yeah.
instead of relationships, and that's why y'all get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I got hurt too, but
Yeah.
that's why most of y'all get hurt. That's why most of y'all get hurt. And guess what? The relationship insurance doesn't cover situationships.
Talk about it.
They
Talk
don't
about
cover
it.
that. So when you get your heart broken by a situation,
That's
you gotta
on
go
you.
through that shit on your own.
That's on you. That's out of your pocket.
Yeah,
God.
that's coming out of your pocket.
How about you?
I hate it too. Just to go along with what he's saying. Like,
Yeah.
not only does it take the dating aspect out of dating, but it kind of like a lot of people get trapped in just talking.
Yeah.
And like there's
Yeah.
no specific meaning of talking. Like
Right.
does talking mean I'm cutting everyone else off to get to know you? Does talking mean you can talk to other people but know that I come first? Like what is talking? You know what I'm saying? There's too
What
much-
does that mean?
There's so much gray area
Yeah.
with it. I don't know what it is. So
Yeah.
I would not like to take
Find
part in
out.
something I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I agree with you 100%, bro. Like, it has its ups and downs. You know, currently I'm in a relationship, so
Yeah.
it worked for me.
Yeah.
And so
No, like not all talking is bad,
Yeah.
but just the idea of like talking just to talk. You know,
Yeah,
right.
it
I'm
doesn't-
not
it doesn't
here to
make
waste
sense.
time, bro. I'm
It's,
really not.
it's silly and it's
Yeah.
stupid.
it really.
And it's a waste of. It can turn into a waste of
It
time.
can definitely turn into a
And
waste of time.
58% of the time it does.
Awesome.
It really does.
Nah, for real. But I mean, we've all been past the talking stage at one point, haven't we?
That is true.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
It's satisfying as hell when
It's-
you get past all
It
that.
feels like
achievement.
a big endurance race.
Yeah,
Really,
Oh, you're
America.
out of
That's
breath.
exactly what it
And
is.
you're out of breath at the finish when you finally you
That's
know
exactly what it is.
put that ring on her finger. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad.
Yeah, when you say, all right,
It's
we're
cuffed.
done. We're not talking. We're
Yeah.
together. Like,
It's
Right.
cuffed.
yeah.
I mean, it's a beneficial. I love it. You know,
Right.
I hope my niggas strive to get to that point.
Oh yeah.
Find that person.
It'll
you know, it'll come.
Yeah.
It'll come.
And a lot of times, what happens when people want it to happen so bad, they force.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't
That's-
force it.
That's
You
when
can't.
you get bad results.
This when you get
Yeah.
situationship.
That's when you get situationships where you're
Right.
trying to force something
Right.
so bad the other person's not ready for it, or hell, even you
Personally, not ready for
personally
it.
not ready for it, but you just
Absolutely.
like, I don't want to be alone.
Exactly, and there's a lot of people like that.
There's
I ain't gonna say, bro, but Females be like that, bro. Females
Niggas be like that too, bro.
No,
Niggas be like that too. Niggas
No,
do be like that
niggas
too.
be like that too. And you niggas, y'all need to stop with this BS that y'all be doing in these talking stages, because I be seeing it.
I be peeping, bro.
I be
peeping it, bro.
I be peeping it.
I be
Don't get me
peeping it,
wrong,
bro.
these girls be on these games, but y'all niggas, y'all are embarrassing.
Yeah.
Embarrassing niggas like me. And like these two studs right here.
Because we're, for one, bro, like,
Wholesome.
for one. For one. we're
For
wholesome.
one.
For two, and like more importantly, bro, like games were like, I thought that was in the past, bro.
Yeah, like,
I
we're
thought we were playing
adults.
games. You know,
Like,
like we're grown, bro.
Yeah, like, come on,
I'm
man.
in my 20s.
All of us is 21.
We're all in our 20s.
We're not trying to do that. Like, I mean, obviously you have to feel someone out, but bro, the games, the manipulation, bro.
Yeah, nah, bro.
Don't play me. Don't play me.
Like,
bro.
there should, if the talking stage is going to be such a permanent in our society today, there should be a time limit on how long this shit actually goes on.
Yeah.
Like, it should be. I don't know. I don't know.
It depends on the situation, but at the same time, there has to be a max. Like, okay,
Yeah.
we can
Like,
be talking
dog,
for a year.
dog.
Do I want you or
Dog.
not?
Niggas, like, some of these people, they go on talking for, like, months
Months
and
on
months.
end, bro.
Sometimes years. Without the boy, or even the girl in this case,
Yeah.
coming to her brain and saying, you know, hey, will you be my boyfriend? Will you be my girlfriend?
Like,
Like,
a good person for me. Let's
like-
do it now. Like let's
how
let's
longer
get
are
it.
y'all going to continue to do this?
What is there to find out anymore, bro?
I don't get it. I don't get
You've been
it.
talking for the
I
same
don't
person
Y'all been
for a
talking
I
for
don't
year.
a year, but like that's why I go back to. There's so much gray area. It's just
Right.
like, what are half the time? What are these niggas talking about?
No. What?
Everyday
Hold on,
shit,
bro.
bro. Like, good morning.
You talk to
Good
somebody
morning.
for so long. What else is there to talk about?
We can't talk forever, G. We
Dog.
really can't, because I'm gonna run out of words.
Dog. I don't know what to talk about. What we gonna talk about?
I'm
What's
all
on
right.
TV?
I'm
Like,
running out of
Everyday
words,
shit. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good night. I
Like,
hope you had a good day.
Like, if
bro.
you ask me, it should be you get 4 months, a 4-month trial.
Mhm.
So that way you
90
get to
days, like
see.
shit, like
Yeah.
That way you get to see exactly all of me, and I see all of you, and you get to decide at the end of that 4 months, hey, do I want to be with you or not?
Is that what I want to do?
And that's it. And if you don't want to, then hey, we go our separate ways.
Yeah.
But all this dragging it out, all this, you know,
No
we've
good.
been talking for like 8 months, 9
no
months.
good.
Like,
No good.
No good.
No
No
good.
good.
No good, bro. But with that being said, I want to talk to you, ask you, like, you know, getting through that stage and
Yeah.
getting to where you are now to, like, you know, healthy relationship, doing your thing. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like,
got a child.
I guess what was the biggest, like, thing that, I don't know, you were either okay with, like, being like, hey, like, I'm willing to do this because I know
Yeah.
we're good for each other. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
how do you get to that stage? 'Cause, I mean, we've been there,
Yeah.
but, like, you know, you're here currently, you know?
yeah, yeah.
What's that like? You know what I mean?
I mean, personally, it took me a lot of trial and error. I was some dumb nigga shit.
Yeah, hey, talk about
You
it.
know, my girl is she the best, bro. She really is. She the GOAT. AKA my baby mama.
Aw.
Future wife.
You feel
You
me?
know, we out there. But, you know, she took a lot of bullshit from me. I was on some dumb nigga shit, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking with these hoes and other shit, like, you know, just chasing the wrong things.
Right.
But really, I got everything I need in front of me.
Mhm.
So it's just like, it's a working thing. Every day, it's an everyday thing. You gotta work at it every day.
Right.
You can't just be like, one day I'm just gonna be in a relationship, everything's gonna be all happy. Cause some days you're not gonna be happy.
Right.
Some days you're not gonna be happy.
Absolutely.
And you know, with us living together, it really exposes that, like, you really see how people really live. Are they dirty? Are they messy? Like, what do they like? What they don't like?
Right.
Like certain things. Like, bro, me and my girlfriend right now, currently, that's not an argument, but it's a thing we talk about all the time. Is how do you open the shower curtain when you get out that house? Cause I open my shit to the right. She open her shit to the left.
Is that like, okay, where's the shower head? Is
The shower head on the left, right on the left side.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you gotta get it away.
Yeah,
You gotta get it
you gotta
away.
open it back.
Yeah.
You gotta
Away.
get that away.
See,
yeah.
no. Well, me, I go to the right.
Right.
So that way it doesn't drip.
It don't
you know?
drip.
Yeah.
But she go to the hole to the left.
She get right under the
All the water. So, you know, it's just like,
just little shit.
little shit like
Yeah.
that, you know, cause like, you're living with somebody. It's a first apartment too, so you know we're definitely trying to feel things out.
For sure.
And now that we've been together for about almost 2 years now, so the feeling shit is out now. Like the feeling shit was out. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. With my girlfriend, we didn't even have a talking stage. I just knew like this is my shorty. Like
that's good,
like we went on one date, and I was just like, yeah, I ain't fucking with nobody else. Like this is my shorty, and she felt the same way too. Like the first time we like ever interacted like in person, it was a great vibe, and it was just like, fuck it, let's just do this, hoe. Yeah. But don't get me wrong though, I did have my trial and errors when I was fucking up, you know.
But I mean, that's just gonna come, bro. Like,
cause I was young, bro. You know, you young. Like, it take a nigga to mature. Like, you gotta mature up a little bit, bro.
Inner growth, like
definitely inner growth.
That's one thing that's big too. Is just like the mutualism. Like, she knew it too. You know.
Yeah.
It wasn't okay. Well, I'm feeling you.
And also, at the time, we both were coming out of a relationship, but we both had like time to heal, time to get right. And I feel like a lot of people just get into relationships after another one, like it don't be healthy.
People don't take the time out to like
you still be hurting, bro.
Heal, because hurt people.
Exactly.
And I think we all know that.
Exactly, bro.
So like people they get, and for whatever reason, they get hurt in their relationship or whatever, and they don't take the time to like fix that.
Yeah. They don't learn from what
happened before in previous relationship, or if it, like you can go the opposite way and then bring up stuff that happened in a previous relationship to the new one.
That's important, like identifying toxic things early,
right?
Very
because a lot of times, everybody's gonna have flaws. We're all human, but knowing when like too much is too much. You know what I mean? Like knowing. Okay, maybe we need to call this quits because it's not good for either of us. It was something I had to learn personally.
Right.
The most recent thing I got out of was like we were really, really good for each other, but situation or like circumstances happened, and it came to the point where I don't want to say we were bad for each other, but like little things I did, I would get, or she would get mad at. Little things she did. I would get mad at, and these were things that we had always been okay with, but it came to the point where it was like we can't take it anymore, and it almost felt like in a sense like maybe I was cutting off her piece a little bit, she was probably cutting off mine a little bit, so it was like a better alternative to just call it grow, and if we become friends again, whatever, if we don't, whatever, but at the end of the day, like it wasn't good for us mentally, it wasn't good for us like spiritually, none of that stuff, so like I don't know. I guess, like, I say all that to ask, like, how did you know, like, too much was enough? Like, what's your breaking point? I don't know how to phrase it. Like, what signs do you look for that you're like, okay, nah, this is no good.
I can't take no more.
Yeah.
How people interpret themselves when it comes to social media.
Okay.
All the checking social media, checking phones, all that.
Trust me, we're not doing that.
No, that's not what I'm doing. It's not what I'm doing to you, and I don't want you doing that to me. We too old for that. All that stuff, man, that's not healthy. And if you can't trust your partner, you shouldn't be with them.
Exactly.
It's just that simple.
Simple, bro.
It's just that simple. But here's the thing. I think a lot of times, especially with apps like Twitter and Instagram, people see all these perfect relationships or so-called perfect relationships, and they try to model, whatever it is that they're going, after those, and that doesn't work. It doesn't work at all.
It don't.
It just doesn't work. It's not how it is.
Yeah.
And the really crazy thing is what you always see ain't always what you get.
You ain't lying.
What you see ain't always what you get.
You ain't lying, bro.
And to piggyback off that, bro, like sometimes cutting someone off or breaking up with someone, that might be the best thing you could do for them. It might be the best thing you could do for yourself.
Right.
Yeah. I've had people cut me off before, friends. And at the time, it hurt, of course.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt. Like,
of course it's going to hurt.
If you actually cared about the person.
If you're human, it's going to hurt.
It'll affect you, bro. But later down the line, what you might see is like, wow, them cutting me off helped me learn how to do this, that, and third, like either alone or it helped me do this, that better because I realized like I have to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
Right. But to your point, don't you think that the cutting off and the ghosting is a little bit more rampant and a little bit more like dangerous in today's society? Because when you look at you know, let's say our parents' generation and all that stuff, and you know, when they went through all this stuff, you know, and someone, you know, cut them off or whatever.
No outlet to go
There's
back
just
to.
or not only that, it's just that it's dead.
Right.
But when what we're living in now in this social media era, when someone cuts you off, when someone ghosts you, like you automatically see the repercussions and the pain because you know that they're ghosting you. You can see them on Twitter. You can see them, you know, doing everything but talking to you.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's hard. Yeah, no, that's It is harder now, I would say.
Yeah.
But I feel like the people who get through that, like since it is harder, like they come out on some
better.
Like it'll help them a lot. Like me personally, like I got ghosted for a little bit, but where I'm at now, I feel like a lot stronger, you know, as a person than if she wouldn't have ghosted me, so to speak. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's always ways to take it. You know, it's more common today than, you know, back in our folks' generation for sure.
Well, because back then they didn't have the damn technology, to instant
constant communication.
Right.
Yeah, like they had motherfucking get one phone call. They had pay phones, bro.
I had to go call that carrier pigeon, bro.
They cut you off on the phone, and that's it.
That was it. Yeah. Lose my number.
Literally, I cannot find that.
Where is it? But nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I mean, as far as toxic relationships, I've been there too. My last relationship, my ex, that was hella toxic, and you know, long story short, she cheated on me. Nigga was perfect. There. I was the perfect nigga, taking her out to eat, shit, nigga, paying for mad dates, not even asking her for nothing. Going out my time, she live an hour away, I'm pulling up, like, don't worry about it, I got the gas. Mind you, sometimes my tank on E. This is a little harder, bro. I'm a little harder. But I was putting in my all, bro. Yeah, and I really put in my all for this shorty, and I got backstabbed.
And you didn't get all back.
I didn't. Not at all.
Bro, I've been there, bro.
And the thing was, like, I've been to, and after, like, that shit happened, you know, I tried to be the bigger person and forgive and move on and try to build a new relationship. But personally, internally, I really couldn't. Because in the back of my head, I couldn't let that go.
That's always going to be
I couldn't let that go.
Yeah. You can't.
And from her standpoint, she wasn't even, like, changing. Like, she was still the same person. She just wanted to be in a new relationship. So, really, I got that same thought in the back of my head.
Yeah.
She's still doing the same trash-ass shit she's doing. So, it was just, like, we were trying to do this for, like, a good, I would say, we broke up in August. And we tried to do this all the way up until, like, damn near December, bro.
Yeah.
So we were, like, messing around and shit. Like, we were still having sex and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we were still, like, trying to, like, talk and trying to be, like, friends and try to maybe get back to relationship. But, like, every time we would get closer, she would just get dead. And eventually, like, the shit was enough. It was enough. Like,
no good.
It just, I just couldn't be talking to you no more. It's wasting my time.
And cheating, bro, when people cheat on you, bro, it'll do something to you, like, as, like,
make you feel like you're not good enough.
Not good enough. Like, what
like, it really feel like that.
Said, I don't think you can like, forgive that. Like,
yeah, exactly, bro.
You know, it's one thing that things, you know, end on bad terms or whatever. But when it ends like something like that, purposely, you know,
disrespect.
It's forced to end.
That's the ultimate level of disrespect. Is somebody.
Nah,
you didn't even respect me enough to just break up with me.
Right. Yeah, like you could have broke up with me and then did that shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
but you did that while I was here, like
damn,
damn, bro, and like
somebody was in my bed.
No, for real. Nah, bro, for real, bro. Like, I done, like, with this shorty, with my ex shorty, like, we was doing, like, mad shit. Like, my parents go out of town. I let her come over, spend the night and shit. when my parents were even at the crib, I let her meet the folks and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
And
wait a minute.
I feel like that was a complete dud. Like I shouldn't even did that shit.
Right.
It was a waste of my time.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just gotta say this: if you bring somebody home to meet your parents,
exactly,
or
bro.
if you go meet your person's parents or whatever, and you still doing this low down shit, you trash.
You're grimy. You're big grimy.
You're grimy.
You're shiesty, boy.
That is
shiesty.
Ultimate, like,
Yeah.
bro.
Like,
What?
no, bro.
That happens to me because me personally, and I've told you this, like, if you meet the folks, bro, you done earned it.
That's it.
Earned it.
If I bring you home, you're here. You're
Bro,
here.
My mother and father have met 2 girls, bro, and I've
Right.
had more than 2 relationships. So
Absolutely.
that should tell you.
All the little friends
Yeah.
you got.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
know 2 of my girlfriends or my
Right.
ex-girlfriends. You know,
Uh-huh.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Because I take that serious, bro. That is
Yeah.
a big step for me.
It is.
Because me personally, I'm more
I don't
old-fashioned.
just bring home people to be bringing them home.
I'm not having people in my house.
Because you're bringing them into your life,
Right.
right?
Now
Officially.
my parents done seen you, my sister done seen you, and when they get to asking and I don't have an answer, I don't want to put them
in an awkward,
And your parents are always gonna bring it up.
Oh,
yeah.
They always will.
How that little girl,
And that little bald headed girl,
Your little friend,
your little friend,
Your little
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, bro, like that's a big deal for
and
me.
that's annoying too because
It is
even
very
after the fact, once y'all are done, your parents don't really know that, so they're gonna continue to.
They're
bring
gonna
that on.
continue, and then whatever growth or whatever steps you took to finally getting over the person,
Yeah, it's
all it
just
takes is
gonna
one
come
reminder, and
Yeah,
it's like
it's gonna come back. Yep,
back to the start.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
It's tough, bro. It's tough, but yeah, like that's a big step for me. Like, if you're gonna meet the folks, or if I'm gonna meet your folks, like
Act right.
let's
Act
be
right.
serious.
Honestly, bro, I'm not even gonna
Like,
let
let's
you
not
meet
be
my
dog.
folks no more. Like I got to I'm in this for life now.
Right.
But before I told myself, I said the next girl I'm with, it's gonna be permanent.
It's gotta be for
Right.
real.
Like it's gotta be
for real.
permanent, bro. Like I'm not trying to do this shit no more. Bitches sucking cucumbers on the gram now. Like I can't
bro.
mouthwash in the
Bro,
mouth.
bro,
Like
bro,
bro,
bro.
like I can't, bro.
Bro.
At a certain point, I'm just done with it, bro.
bro.
I needed to find me the one.
Dog.
I got it, you know.
Dog.
And it was like that.
That's it, bro.
Straight
Ladies, y'all are down at half. I hope y'all know
City
that.
boys.
City boys.
This is what y'all call a hot girl summer?
No.
Out here
Right.
sucking vegetables
No.
and all that?
Spitting mouthwash into the
Dog,
mouth.
what's
Nah.
going on?
Ice cream.
What's
on your
going
tongue.
on,
Something
bro?
different.
Nah.
What's going on, bro?
Ladies,
Trying to make
do
summer
better.
19 like
Do
summer
better.
16.
Hey, and I love the ladies.
I love my women, but y'all off right now.
This is not the way.
Hit y'all off
This
right
is
now.
not the way.
Boys up by 20 and a half.
This
boys.
is not it.
Man, y'all shooting like
Man.
Kyle Lowry, boy. Y'all better chill. Y'all look
Man.
bad.
Oh my goodness.
But end of the day, bro, get y'all somebody hosting like one of us up here. Well, not him. He's off the market.
I'm off the
Yeah,
market.
he's gone.
Sold like shit.
And then for my fellas out there, bro,
Bought my nigga ass.
don't be pressured into rushing because you see your homies out here
Oh, yeah.
with a girl. Don't be pressured, ladies, to go get with the
To
next
fi-
dude because
yeah.
you want to spite your last relationship.
Right.
That ain't no
Okay,
good
you see
either.
your friends in a relationship
Right,
and they
right,
happy.
right.
Don't do that.
But I
Don't
got a
do
question
that.
for y'all.
Talk about it, bro.
So, how do y'all feel about moving on? So, I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do y'all feel about moving on? Like, rather it be quickly or, taking your time?
I mean, personally, what we waiting for?
Thank you!
What we
Thank
waiting
you!
for, bro? Like,
Because, that got brought up over the weekend on Twitter.
yeah, I see that.
And, of course, you take the time to heal yourself.
Uh-huh.
Because you don't want to move on, and you're still hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what the hell are we waiting on?
It's
Thank you.
There's no wait.
Like,
I feel like whenever you're, like, when we break up, and this is a serious breakup and not one of those playful breakups, I'm gonna be back with you in the next 2 hours type breakup.
Yeah.
right.
But this is a serious breakup. At this point, I'm working on healing myself. And once I've done healed myself, however long that is, I'm gone.
I'm trying to
That's
find
it.
the next.
And I'm finding the next one.
Life is too short.
And life is way too short, like he said.
Yeah, I agree with y'all. But one thing I will say, like
Uh-huh.
in terms of the moving on quickly, some people take 2 days to heal, and that works for them. But those of y'all who take 2 weeks or 2 months, don't be in a relationship after a minute.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
just know the
Know
overarching theme here is like heal yourself first.
Right.
But as soon as that's done, bro,
Exactly.
put the expedited shipping on it. We need it next day.
Oh,
We
next
need it.
day.
I'ma keep it
Overnight
real.
me,
I'ma
goddamn.
keep it real. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that bitch. Go live your best life, bro.
Go live your best life,
We need
man.
that next day, bro.
Bro, what the hell are we waiting on, bro?
Me
Imagine
personally,
that.
Because you know, there's niggas out here, and I think we know somebody.
Oh, we
that,
know a few.
oh yeah, we know a few that are waiting, like spending their lives just wasting time waiting for so and so to act right when we know good and well
They're not gonna act
right.
We
Like,
know a few people out here who will. They have this idea of that person in their mind,
right.
and they won't get the idea out of their head.
Talk that shit, bro. Talk that shit, bro.
They won't get the
Talk
idea
that
of who
shit,
they
bro.
want this person to be out of their head. They don't see them for who they actually are.
Yeah.
And they're
Shitty.
waiting, bro.
Shitty.
They're waiting, bro.
Shitty.
And let me tell you what, they gonna wait.
They gonna wait like
They gonna wait, but that bus not coming, bro.
That bus is not coming,
That
bro.
bus not coming, bro.
Boy.
It don't pick up at this stop no more.
boy.
But like you said though, if it takes 2 days, 2
So be it.
weeks,
So
2
be it,
months, 2 years, you have to know yourself.
Yeah.
And like our first episode when we were
Right.
talking about finding yourself, this is one of those finding yourself
This is a
moments.
finding yourself
you
moment,
you
for
have
Yeah.
to you have to know
You gotta know
how long
how
it takes for yourself to heal and for you to
Right.
feel good
Right.
and for you to be ready to go into the next relationship feeling happy
Right.
and don't have any baggage because you
Right.
don't want baggage into the
Facts.
relationship.
Right.
You don't want the past holding you back from what could be
Facts.
making you happier.
I
Really have
can't
you
tell you
happy.
how many times I've seen people throw it away, throw a good thing away because they're waiting on a past thing.
Exactly.
To get
Or
fit.
it's not even that. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people throw a good.
Thing away because they're still holding on to something from the past.
Uh-huh.
And they're bringing that with them.
It's just dumb.
And you can't do that.
Let it go.
You're dealing with a completely different person. You cannot bring
That's not fair to
who
that
and
person.
who. It's not fair to them, but
Nope.
it's just logic.
It's
like
just-
you can't bring, old Johnny from down the street.
Yeah.
You can't bring bits and pieces of him with you to
No.
Tom.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
can't do that.
No.
You can't do
At
that.
all, bro. But what do we know?
What do we know?
What do we know?
I don't know shit.
We
Clearly,
don't know
I
anything,
guess I'm just
bro.
talking.
Yeah.
I'm just
But-
talking.
Hey man, that's been another episode of The Spill.
That's right.
Y'all,
That's
y'all
right.
let us
That's
know what topics y'all want to hear next. in the
Definitely,
future,
definitely.
you know what I'm saying?
Comment
Hey,
down
comment,
below.
Like, comment,
like
and
the video.
subscribe, all that shit, man. The
Right.
Spill Podcast.
Every Wednesday at 7.
That's right.
Sound.